Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time it is in your part of the world. An old quote from Zen Archer there. I just wanted to invite everybody to watch the podcast tonight. I want to talk about, um, I'm just disappointed in a few of the true crime channels and even the ex employees of Adventures with Purpose. Just really disappointed. Every time I see a title, Justice for Kiely, I know what I'm going to hear. More of the perpetuated nonsense of foul play when there just wasn't any. And the ignoring of facts to adopt wild assumptions. That's the one that really gets me. It's like let's ignore and totally discount commonality, likelihood, backed by facts, backed by common sense, backed by human nature, all of the above, so we can adopt some wild, far-fetched assumption. And I just want to know, when you guys, every time you guys put that title up there, all of you, these true crime channels out here, one channel called The Kiely Rodney Channel, just sleaziness, right? And you put those titles up there, Justice for Kiely. No, how about views and clicks for me? That's what it's called, right? Because if you were looking for justice for Kiely, you wouldn't continually accuse her classmates, her friends, her peers of doing something to her, when we all know that's not what happened. And the complete slander of a bunch of innocent people that, Upchurch is being sued in federal court for it, and yet some of you are still out there repeating the made-up nonsense that he said about very real people with very real lives who are affected by it. And do you not care that this girl has a family and she sees the crap you say? It just doesn't bother you at all? Don't have any conscience? So we'll talk about that tonight. I'm going to answer the questions that have been answered a dozen times. And yet you guys continually ignore the answer because it doesn't validate your cartoon level conspiracy. Every unanswered question's been answered rationally. And if you got an IQ above a 2, it'll make total sense to you. And yet, you guys pretend as though those questions haven't been answered or addressed to cling to these wild, far-fetched assumptions. And we'll talk about that. And don't miss it. And looking forward to you being there. Now, I want to talk about something else that's kind of important. Okay, a little bit important. As I said, my patience ran out with the going outside of YouTube and bothering me and my family for kicks and laughs and fun or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and maybe it's my fault for just letting it go on, not responding to it in kind, taking the high road. Maybe I should have just, put my head down and horned everybody right from the start, right? But neither here nor there. That's water under the bridge. But I'm telling you, I'm done. I'm done being patient with it. Okay, that's over. And you can ask some people that have been involved with this case. I'm a man of my word. And when I tell you I mean something, I mean it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I mean it. I'm done allowing any of you to bother me in my real life without consequences. And Schwartz, I'm going to tell you, you've got the dumbest friends on the internet. I mean, you literally try a chicken shit move to get a TPO when it's you, your father, and your friends that have been stalking me and my family for an entire year. And there's just way too many witnesses to that, right? And way too much evidence of it. For you to even try and trick a court into doing anything for you. But you tried it anyway. You weren't supposed to talk about it, yet you did. And your dopey friends couldn't keep their mouths shut. They blabbed about it and actually tried to intimidate me the night before the hearing. And now I have statements from 3 different hotel clerks where they were calling around the hotels in the area. And all the comments from in the chat in my live stream. Proving that you told your friends about it and they tried to intimidate me. Right? And because of you now in the hands of 2 prosecutors, the prosecutor in your county, the prosecutor in my county, because you now have 49 gig of evidence and 25 sworn statements. Yeah, that's what they have. And 9-hour-long live stream where you and 7 of your friends called me pedo 122 times. Yep, we counted them, 122 times. A 10-hour live stream where you hovered over my house in Google satellite view with my full address, name, telephone number, birth date, and even last 4 of my social popping up in your chat. They have that. And that was the deal breaker right there. As soon as they saw that, they were done caring about you at all. Also have somebody on your podcast admitting to sending stuff to my house, admitting to trying to bother my neighbors, admitting to driving several hours to get court transcripts. Right? And there you are trying to get a TPO against me. And so now that's even evidence. Your TPO attempt is now evidence. And I'm just telling you, I'm done putting up with the bothering me in my real life. You want to do you want to react to one of my videos? Feel free. You want to make a parody? Go ahead. But the bothering me in my real life and bothering my family, it's over. I'm not going to put up with that anymore without there being consequences for it. And you can shake your head, but I'm going to show you what the prosecutor in your county showed me. And asked me point blank, do I want to press cyber stalking charges? Now listen, I don't want to see somebody get in trouble. I sure as hell don't want to see somebody get in trouble that can't afford to be in trouble. But I'm going to tell you, I mean what I say when I tell you I am done putting up with it. You guys have mistaken my patience and my integrity for weakness. And you're going to find out that there's a limit to what I'll put up with, and I've reached it. Okay, so the sending stuff to my house is done. That's been given to a prosecutor an hour ago. So my advice to you, Schwartz, is in much the same way when you gathered up all your buddies to tell them about the court hearing the night before, and you gathered up all your buddies to tell them to set all their videos to private on the same day. you better gather them up and tell them, hey, knock it off. Because I'm coming for you with it. You're responsible for it. You're the ringleader. It was perpetuated on your live stream. And they're your friends. So you can take that information I just gave you and do anything you want with it. But if you're under the delusion that I don't mean what I say, good luck. See you guys tonight on the podcast, and appreciate you tuning in.